was a lawyer and I felt that I should be a successful because as a woman, I had seen that people, the way they treat you, clients feel that women lawyer cannot be succeeded or cannot be a successful lawyer. And I wanted to
Right.
prove that, not for sake of money, but for sake of as a woman, I have to uh, put some kind of a strong footprints so that people can follow me and they will feel that, oh, this area of profession is easily adoptable by women too.
Everyone, on behalf of Soilka, this is Sarla Shivkumar, welcoming all our audience and welcoming our guest, personality like Nilmani Gandhi, who is going to share a lot about her story. And what I would like to tell about Nilmani Gandhi, for all of those people who are not aware, she's a wonderful person, a human being. I know her personally. Maybe she doesn't know, but that's a surprise I'm going to disclose. And Nilmani is an internationally accredited mediator, arbitrator, lawyer, and a contract expert. She's an iron lady, practicing iron lady, I would say, not just theoretical. She's a program leader. And Nilmani is also very, very passionate about many hobbies, including gardening and painting. And it's very difficult to combine, I guess, a lawyer profession and these hobbies. But yes, she's adept in both. I welcome you very warmly, Nilmani Ji, to our podcast this evening. Thank you so much for,
Yes.
taking time out of your really, really busy schedule.
Thank you, Sarla,
Welcome.
for your lovely introduction. And thanks for
Thank you so much,
inviting me
ma'am.
on this platform.
And we have been, ma'am, really waiting for a long time to, interview you. I think something or the other kept happening, and you were traveling also, and so we couldn't have you on the show.
Sorry,
Great.
I'm sorry from my side. I feel very bad.
I
So,
was so excited, that when I heard that I have to interview Nilmani, because I will tell you the secret before we go further. I'm a part of Iron Lady, and you have been also one of my mentors.
oh, really? I'm so
Yes,
happy to see my
yes,
participants.
yes. And, to learn from you is amazing. It's amazing. And you've left an impact and an impression in all our minds. So over to you now, Nilmani. You can please, tell all our audience today a little bit more about yourself, your schooling, education, why you chose this law as a profession. We will come to, many other things slowly one by one. Yeah.
Thank you
To
so much,
begin with,
Sarla, for the lovely words and the gratitude you have expressed. I'm filled with those words. So,
thank you so
entrepreneurial journey is not easy because it starts somewhere. The seeds are sown in your childhood, and that's what had happened with me. So,
much. Right.
being a mediator, arbitrator, mediation and arbitration I have adopted later in my journey. But earlier
Right.
I was a lawyer and I felt that I should be a successful because as a woman, I had seen that people, the way they treat you, clients feel that women lawyer cannot be succeeded or cannot be a successful lawyer. And I wanted to
Right.
prove that, not for sake of money, but for sake of as a woman, I have to uh, put some kind of a strong footprints so that people can follow me and they will feel that, oh, this area of profession is easily adoptable by women too. Then we were only 3 to 4 women lawyers in the court, but because that had made me more strong, and this strength has come from my childhood itself.
Right, 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 right. This is actually a male-dominated profession. At least it used to be once upon a time a male-dominated profession.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, I
Great,
completely
great.
agree with that. When I entered, it was. Now there are
Right.
many. There are many women who have entered in
Absolutely.
this profession and they're working, they are creating their world as a strong leader within this profession. But
Right,
then we were only few women who were working there.
right. And what about your family? A little
Yeah.
bit about
So
your family and what kind of a support did you get, when you said, okay, you want to become a lawyer. So was it easily accepted?
it was I before my marriage I had completed my law and I started practice. So I'll just give you the a little background about my childhood. I lost my mother at very young age. Nobody was there
I'm
to
so
support.
sorry.
My father was very supportive person. He had given
Right,
us a full complete freedom to learn anything or study whatever we want. But that
right.
was not easy because I had to look after my younger sister and brother. But somewhere, no, to find out a leadership quality within me because of some reason or some kind of a accidental which had happened, I wanted to prove myself, not to the society. Society were blaming me that though I was a daughter of a very brilliant and very beautiful woman, mother, I'm not like her. And that blame had put in my head and brain that, oh, if this is not so, I am the daughter of my such a lovely, beautiful, and a very strong, intelligent woman. And that made me to work on my own myself. So I was not
Right.
interested in studying, but I just was interested in proving myself. So I was participating in various activities wherein I used to get multiple awards. So I found that this is where I am, and my strength is not just study or have a academic results, but I need to explore everything and multiple things in my life, and thus looking after my younger brother and sister. Again, we were in a joint family. So, in that joint family, remaining unimpacted because of the uh, abusive circumstances, or people were misusing because your mother is not there to take care of you. So,
Right, right,
everybody was
right,
there to cook for you, but taking care and cooking for you is completely different. And that care was absent in our life. And then that had given me a sense that I have to work for myself. Not only for myself, I had seen the pain of my mother. So I had to work for women. In that young age only, I was trying to solve problems of others, problems of my family members. And that had given me a strength. So I think there somewhere, no, these seeds of becoming a lawyer had sown. And then with my intention or my own choice, I have entered into this legal profession, because only profession was there wherein you can help support women who are into pains. No litigation had been seen there.
absolutely.
So this, I
I
feel this will be a tool for me to go ahead.
Right, right. I think you chose the perfect profession. I can't imagine Neelmani doing something else. With
So
the
nice.
pain, with the background, with the struggle, and especially being a woman, and then being exploited also by other women, maybe in the family itself, and not having the love and care of another strong woman in the life, which is a mother. I think this is the most apt profession that you have chosen,
I
and I know for sure you are, one of the top. Yeah, I believe you're one of the top legal arbitrators
mediator,
and mediator in the
mediator today.
country, mediator in the country.
And
That
I'm
brings
trying
me
to
to
create
the
impact individually, independently.
right, right, Nilmani. In fact, I have a question here. So, what made you choose arbitration and mediation? I mean, is it, I read somewhere, that you were not very happy with this long time which a judge is taking, with a judgment is taking in the High Court and the Supreme Court, and sometimes it is dragging 5, 10, 20, 30 years. So,
Yeah,
please
I
explain to
though
me, about.
right. So I would say that people used to blame or say that, oh, Nilman, she won't be a lawyer. She's not interested in legal practice. Because the very first matter which had come to me, I tried to resolve it then and there. And my senior said that, ma'am, how will you earn if you are resolving matters like this? So that had opened my eyes. That had
Oh,
made me more curious that, oh, why we have to continue the litigations, the fights and the disputes continues for so many years.
right,
It is
right,
our
right,
bread and butter. I agree, it is
right,
bread and butter. But making others unhappy and you are earning on that, that's where I was not ready to accept, because I have born with empathy. No, that's how I survived in the very, I think, I did not narrate that scenario, situation which had happened with me. But in that tough time, I could come up.
right,
Something inside the spiritual strength was there, must have been there. And that empathy had taught me that I should be a person who can bring happiness, not I have to see that one party is cursing me who is losing and one party is saying happy So just enjoying on
Mm.
the losingness of others.
Amazing, amazing, amazing thought.
Thank you
Very
so much.
amazing thought. And I think for you, a lawyer, being an advocate, or now being an arbitrator is more to do with your mission in life, to make sure that there is peace around, and not problems and fights and battles. So I think that's the reason why probably you are very happy doing this arbitration work, because
Mediation
there is
and arbitration.
not immediate, but at least there's a less time which is consumed. Probably you have understood, how much of torture it is for someone to keep going back and forth because the moment somebody thinks court case and a lawyer means it is only tarik ke baad tarik, tarik ke baad tarik.
I that is what I experienced by my clients also. No, I used to see that
Right,
this young lady who happened to be my client, or even
right,
husband or anybody, they used to come
right.
along with their young children, and young children poor, they had to wait till the end of the day. And at the
Wow.
end of the day, again, there is no resolution. And that made
Mm,
me quite unhappy. I couldn't sleep because I heard very painful stories of these people. And then that's how, litigation was not something which I wanted to exhaust, because during that journey as a successful lawyer, I used to get exhausted emotionally. So not only
right,
clients get exhausted emotionally and financially, but I myself used to get impacted because of their pains. And
right,
that used to make me reach out to other lawyer and the client and see that any via media, can you find out, can you see that
right.
you can go ahead peacefully in your journey. So
Mm,
80%
mm,
of
mm.
matters I resolved before they reach the finality of the judgment.
Wonderful. Huh.
And this is how my
Uh,
pathway, which has led me to become a mediator and to give the resolutions, early resolutions. Those were the clarity
right,
of my thought, because I'm not happy as a successful lawyer. I need to find out something. And one fortunate day, Supreme Court had given this opportunity to me to become a mediator. I applied, and I had worked already on becoming mediation. So somewhere I had
right,
heard that Australian uh, lawyers from Australia, once they had come to Mumbai, and I also was a part of the group and discussion. And that
right.
had somewhere say that, oh, why this system is not available in our country. And Supreme Court also
Mm,
supported. And I applied immediately. And because of my work in this ADR, alternate dispute resolution, which I wanted to bring in a MBA college, in a administration college of IMCTR in Ahmed Nagar, principal also said that as a MBA student, they should understand
mm,
as a business administration, conflict is one of the part where they also have some kind of a skills on how to manage conflict. And if you are eager to bring that, let's work on it. And that we had worked, and we had went to Mumbai High Court, and we had seen that if this can be approved by High Court as well as by the Mumbai University.
right.
And that's how they have selected me, that this lady does not want to go ahead as a litigating lawyer, but is quite interested in mediation. So you just found out I did not have anybody as a senior. No, in a legal profession, we say that you should have a kaka, mama, dada, no, wherein you can establish
Right,
yourself very quickly. But nobody
right,
from my family was not in this industry. This family
right.
is a perfect business family. So then, but these High
Mm,
Court judges whom I had interacted earlier, they had just pulled out my form applications from the, there was a applications of thousands advocates had been there about various Nilmani Gandhi's application. They had given me opportunity. I was the first trained mediator from Maharashtra, lady mediator
right.
from
Many
towards.
congratulations to you for that, and that's a wonderful achievement, I guess.
Thank you.
Nilmani, would you like to also share something about, Susamvad? What is Susamvad, and what
Yeah.
exactly
So
happens in Susamvad?
yeah, thank you. So thank you for asking this question, because I told you, I'm a person of born with empathy. As empathetic,
Yes,
I have understood that I can immediately understand what other person thinks. So even my
right,
mother-in-law always used to tell me that, hey, how do you understand what I'm thinking? Before she says something, I used to fulfill her demand or her
right,
expectation.
right,
And
right,
this is
right,
not
right.
only with her, but many people around me, they feel that, oh, you understand so easily what we are thinking about you or about others, or
Mm.
what we require. And
Right,
that had cleared my thought that I have the strength and I have to use it for society. So when I got this training in from Mumbai High Court in 2009, immediately next year, Bombay High Court had appointed or invited me to be a resource person for judges training program, no, for a mediation awareness and all.
Right,
So
right,
again,
right.
that had given me a chance to deep dive into the mediation, into the processes, into the structure. And that structure, I said, this is what who I am, which I was looking for or waiting for so many years. And this perfect
Mm-hmm.
tool has come in my hand. God has given it to me, and let me use it for the society. Let me give it back to the society. It is not just a training. By taking training, you are not going to move ahead anywhere. So if that training
Right.
is there, you have to actually use it practically. You have to use it for the society. And then
Mm.
judges were not trained, or even mediation system had not started. So I had
Oh.
approached district court and I requested him that we have received the training. Let's start a mediation center in a court, because these are court
Right.
annex mediation. Then it was the process was a court annex mediation. In a court
Mm-hmm.
annex mediation, we had to rely upon the judges. Unless judge refer the matter or advocate refers the matter, matter will not come to us. So that systematization about referrals and all that we had to start. And I had taken the initiative along with one of two senior mediators who were with me, who were trained with along with me. I took them, I collaborated with them. I just put seeds in their mind that we have to start something. They said, unless and until High Court says, how can we go? So let's go ahead, let's talk to a district judge and let's start a mediation center. For a mediation
Mm.
center, a room was not available in a court. So
Okay.
I requested a district judge that if there is a shed which is vacant, which is empty, let us use that shed as a mediation room. Let's inaugurate as a mediation center. He said, in a shed.
Mm.
I said, yeah, we just need table, chairs, and one curtain as a uh, room wherein we can have a private session. He
Right.
said, do you really feel that that can be a mediation center? I said, yes, let us start with this. Let's see that we want to see that your burden of pendency of the court matters. Can it be
Right, right.
reduced by us? Just
Mm.
explore it and just experience if anything happens by through us. And he was the person who had referred a matter first. And that got settled just in half an hour. Then he
Oh.
believed that, oh, these people, they have some kind of strength and energy and
Huh.
capability, wherein we can send the matters, at least refer the matters, at least to check and to start sending the awareness within the society. But 2010, 2011, we worked. Later on, I found that judges keep on coming and going, right? So
Mm, 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 mm.
they transfer, because of the transfer,
Absolutely.
same judge cannot
Absolutely.
be, he cannot remain in the same destination.
Right.
So because of that, a successful scenario within the court annex matter was somewhere changed, got changed. And I am the person, I cannot rely upon somebody. I want to start on my own.
Mm.
And thus is I tried to reach out to High Court, to Supreme Courts about the referral of the matters. And but the scenario was not, I was not happy within the system, the way
Right.
matters were referred to the center. So I wanted, because I had seen people are not ready to enter the court. They say, no, a wise person should not enter the, or should not step up the court or enter into a court room. And that I had seen, there are many other women who were, I had heard that even though they want a relief, but they cannot go to court because of money or because of something, or because of the
Yes.
society or because of fear.
Yeah. Kind of a
That had
stigma
given
attached
me,
to it. Huh. Huh.
yeah, and that had given me this is what where spark that I have to start something for these people. I
Mm.
interviewed many other people who are into disputes, who are into conflicts, and then I did a research about it, and then I
Mm.
started SUSAMVAAD in 2018. But again, there
Right.
was a question that whether a lawyer can start a private center like this. So then I approached Supreme Court, I approached High Court, I took their permission, and I invited four High
Mm.
Court judges to inaugurate the center. And that had
Wow.
given me authority to go ahead because we were in associations.
Very good. Thank you so much for sharing. And what are the cases that you deal here in Susamvad?
So in SUSAMVAAD, we see that there's a structure of a mediation that we have to follow. And in this structure, we invite a party, those who want to resolve their dispute or conflict. That person reaches or approaches our center. In that center, we send the invitation to other. We don't send notice or summons because it's an invitation.
Right.
By invitation, we build a trust in the mind of other person, so that no, even out of a court, they can get a relief as per their requirement, as per their need, as per the need of the time. Because
I
court
see.
litigation takes 17 to 22 years to get it resolved finally. No, and if you're getting this matter resolved within 60 days, because within 60 days we have to resolve this matter. So in 60 days, by having multiple sessions, you have initially a joint session, then a private session. And then out of a private session, during a private session, we do a lot of brainstorming with the other person. We
Right,
use
right,
lot
right.
many questions and find out, we dive deeply into the root cause of the matters, and we reach
Mm,
to the real root cause of the dispute and no conflict, and by which we generate lot many options that how can you resolve, and then we find out
mm,
that both the parties are able to come on a certain point, and at that point
mm,
again we do negotiation with both the parties, and the outcome has to come from the mouth of both the parties. It is not that what we suggest, and the whole process is confidential. That's why both the parties are so easy to share their inner pains and
right.
their reality. Through that, no, it's
Mm,
easy for us to generate more options, and those options are put on the table, and then
mm.
we do
And these
the,
cases are usually corporate or domestic, or is it
yeah.
everything? Anybody who
Why
has
I
a
have,
conflict can approach?
yeah, yeah, anybody can. Why I have narrated the structure? Because in this structure, even commercial, contractual, business conflicts
Yeah.
also do, we resolve them. We resolve partition matters. We resolve partnership matters also, and we resolve the family
Mm,
disputes too.
right.
So I have a group of people, and who are, their expertise are different. So as at the moment, the way or which kind of a matter is referred to us, now accordingly I invite those expertise, and they
Right.
resolve under SUSAMVAAD.
Right. Wonderful. So end of the day, is it very exhausting, so resolving all these conflicts, and it's not easy. I know that. So how do you manage? How do you manage? How do you relax? How do you spend your evenings? Are there any, work-life balance you have, Nilmani? What kind
There
of
are
work-life balance?
rituals. Definitely, Sarla. We have to do our rituals, because listening to both the sides story, there are, every time it's not the happy story, no? And
Yes,
you have
yes,
to manage yourself very well, because maximization, that's what Iron Lady has taught us. So we have to
yes,
maximize everywhere. Isn't it? As a leader, I had seen Ratanji Tata, I had seen Sudhamurthy's life. No, we have seen that how many these leaders, they are growing fast, maximizing themselves. So why can't we? And
yes.
that's how the rituals I do follow to maintain myself peaceful and calm. At the end of the day, I do 10 minutes meditation.
Right.
And before the day starts, I do yoga. That's for sure. I don't miss it.
Wonderful. Most of
And
our viewers would love to know a little bit about rituals. When you say rituals, they may misunderstand. Just throw a little light on the Iron Lady rituals.
I know rituals that keeps you energetic continuously, right? So for me,
Right.
something else, for Sarla, you, that may be a different thing, isn't it?
Yes.
So rituals
Yes.
which keeps you energetic, any one action which keeps you energetic for the whole day, for the next week, for the whole month. One thing that may be yoga, doing exercise, going to a gym, go for a walk, or chant mantra, read something, or listen something. Listening for somebody, listening bhakti songs, or songs which are
Yes.
very energetic. Some people, they
Absolutely.
watch TV and they see the, earlier there were movies. I think Rang Sangat, something was there, right? So that can be a
I
rituals.
don't watch TV. I don't. I think 90% of my time I'm never in front of TV.
Exactly. But I remember that one participant had told me that,
Right.
ma'am, I would love to watch these movie songs, and that gives me momentum to move ahead. It gives me energy, and I
Right.
feel more happy when I see. So for each person, it's everything.
It's
It's a
different.
different.
Absolutely.
But we have a purpose to move ahead, and that's how I have taken a purpose to see the smiles on multiple millions of people on this planet. Those who are in
Right.
pain, those who are displaced, especially women.
Mm, brilliant. Is there any message that you would like to convey, to the youth of, this country? Most of the people will be definitely watching the Soil Cup interview, today's interview. So what is it that you would like to convey? Because this is a platform which is meant, for us to have a good reach. People, and especially the people whom we are, inviting in the podcast, probably millions of people don't know, because it's not the celebrity Bollywood people or any other industrialist. So many people
Right.
would not even know that people like you are existing. What's that message for youngsters, for youth? Please
Yeah.
encourage them, especially
So
women.
Yeah. So, Sarla, being a lawyer, people do ask me a lot of things that even though you are a lawyer, how you can consider yourself as an entrepreneur? Because entrepreneurship is something that you start for somebody, you start to
Yes,
give it to the society, right? That's what
correct.
is my inner voice, which had told me that though you are a lawyer, you are into service industry. So providing a service which is required to the society, that's what where you have to start. And a lawyer come entrepreneur, that's how I consider myself. So the message
Mm,
to everyone, especially women who are into the startups and who are into
right,
the entrepreneurial journey, it is a challenging one, no matter. I know how, however, it is challenging, but still, the path
you're
is,
right,
it's not that unachievable. Yeah.
correct,
Everybody
right.
is born with some unique inner power. So listen to your inner strength, extend it, see that your inner strengths, you push a little bit to move ahead, realize who
Yeah.
you are, trust within in your inner voice and nurture it. And your journey is no matter how difficult it is, shaping it
Mm,
for something greater. So the way I have said, every conflict has some kind of a hardship, but still preparing to come out of that hardship. Every matter does not get resolved in our center. It is
mm,
75% success, I say, but 75% is also quite high. But then when you feel that, oh, this matter is not resolved, you have at
mm,
least sown the seeds in the mind of the people that this matter can be resolved. So today they may
mm,
not resolve. After 2 to 3 years, they will come back to you and they will see that, oh, they
right,
need a resolution. So
right.
preparing ourselves to help others, if that mindset is clear, I think your
Mm,
journey becomes easier through whatever product you are having. You are into the selling or you are selling some kind of a product, so not only services, but even that product, if today, how it can be useful, how it's going to mitigate the pain of others, or how it's going to help others to bring more comfort in their life. If that mindset is clear, then there is
right.
no doubt that you can move ahead powerfully.
I think you
It is
really
just
hit the nail on the head, by saying that the moment we are mitigating the pain, because I think everybody, whoever you come across, they do carry some pain in their life. And if our product or our service is going to really address that pain point and then move them from that pain to the pleasure, I think that is our purpose in life, and it's achieved then. Our purpose is
it is.
achieved then.
Yeah,
Great,
and you
great,
have
great.
a achievement feeling, right? So at the end of
Yeah.
the day, if you find that peace while sleeping or going to a bed,
Yes.
a peaceful sleep is so important for without having any tension, and that happiness, that kind of a mindset, if you carry at home, I think it gives you more energy and power. Because though there are
Hmm.
challenges and struggle, still don't lose your strength. Keep on working on this. One fine day you will achieve your breakthrough. For an entrepreneurial journey,
Absolutely.
I feel that don't stop in between. Don't limit yourself.
Brilliant. Is there any one particular, incident or a story which is, very close to your heart, Neelmani, which, which you really cherish and you feel happy about? Yes, because that you have done something good and that remains in you for a long time, some incident, some story. Can you share?
Yeah, it is not only my own story. Own story, of course, it had taught me a lot. And that has become a stepping stone forward for me to go ahead and move ahead. But a story which one of my lady client, she had entered my office by crying only. So I had never experienced that a lady entering my office crying such a huge cry,
Right,
and
right,
tears were
right.
rolling down. And when I saw her, I got a shock. Oh my God, what had happened to her? And the way she had narrated the story, her husband was beating, her children were beating, her mother-in-law was not allowing her to prepare in the kitchen, though she was a scientist. And she had supported her husband to build industry to, and once he had become successful, this all incidents had started, and then they all were
Mm-hmm.
ill treating her. So I did not understand how to support this lady, how to go ahead, because
Right.
she did not want to take a divorce. Also, she did not want to leave because children were there. So for her it was a very complex
Mm.
scenario, and she had reached out to me to support her.
Right.
This story did I could it had given me a sleepless night for many months. I reached to one of my senior lawyer and I said that, can you take her story? I would love to mediate the matter. As a mediator, you cannot fight on behalf of any of the party. So I am working on as a settling the matter. So please take this
Right.
matter and provide her whatever, wherever we feel that a legal route or legal way is required, or any kind of a legal relief is required, you are there. And then
Right.
we both invited her husband, her mother-in-law, and her children.
Hmm.
Children were not ready, but children were afraid. And then we saw that father is ill-treating children as well. So I
Hmm.
invited her mother from other, she was not living in the same district. So wherever she was, we had invited her to come to our office once.
Hmm.
And then it is found that her real sister was having a extramarital affair with her husband.
Okay.
And
Oh
so
my.
many things, it is happening. I have seen that these similar stories are, it's similar stories are happening around. And that's one incidents have given me a strength to help many other women. Then we have
Hmm.
helped her by giving her a good amount, because a whole mediation
Hmm.
process had happened. And then finally, when we had shown him a very bad consequences or worse consequences of if this lady enters the court, what will happen? What are your consequences? What about
Right,
your
right, right,
name?
right, right.
What
Hmm.
about your
Hmm.
name, social credibility, and all those things? So, and then he got little afraid because of our conversation, and then he was ready to give her half of the house. And in that house, nobody will disturb her. So gradually, what happened? Nobody will disturb her. This scenario we had taken in writing from him, and
Right,
that had
right.
given a little safer mindset. And because of that safe mindset or silence,
Hmm.
which was finding
Right,
as home,
right,
children
right.
started taking food prepared by her. No, earlier nobody used to eat food prepared by her. They used to throw it out. Now children are becoming close later, regularly. And then later on, this young sister of this lady, she also
Huh.
had left him and she entered into some other person's relationship.
Oh.
Now this
Hmm.
person realized that what mistake he had done. So today when I
Right.
see her, when she comes, because multiple social functions, no, her husband is again a good friend of my husband, and we see him and her. I see a nice happiness or a smile on her face and his face too.
Wow. It's
Children
so
do come and
like
they call me auntie.
unimaginable and unbelievable, that even can human beings, go through this also.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then join hands together and live a peaceful life. What else you
Yes.
require, isn't it?
And this is, I think, a wonderful mission,
It is a
without
mission.
bringing in any religion and without bringing in any other philosophy. It is like Nilmani Gandhi's philosophy to see everyone happy. And
True.
yeah, what more, can you contribute than bringing families together, because I think peace and love starts from the family only. What
Right.
will we do going out, spreading, peace and happiness in the world? So it begins in a smaller, core area like a family, and then you are helping the families also coming together. So it's amazing, amazing. I
And
can imagine the joy then,
this principle we apply even into commercial relationship, because in commercial relationship, unless and until you have a trust among each other, even though that's an employee-employer relationship, whatever it is, that trust
right.
factor and a little bit of care factor works a lot. So if that's been
Hmm,
taken care well, you can create a great impact, and you can bring more smiles. I have helped
absolutely.
many other industry. Today I'm handling one case about the one of the industry into the MIDC, and then it is a family business. And
Right, right, right.
within the family business, again, when you grow, of course,
Hmm, hmm.
financial issues do occur. There are
Yes, yes,
games, and you play a fall game or a blame game, and because of that, the relationships are becoming
right.
extreme. And in that, again, when you enter as a lawyer, but you get a chance not as a lawyer but as a mediator, and you resolve it, no, then you feel that, oh, we have saved one industry, we
Right.
have
Wow.
saved one family, we have saved a
Mm.
small community, no, from
This
aparting each
sounds
other.
much more powerful than winning a case in the court.
It is, and that's why today Iron Lady also. Uh, I am grateful to Rajesh, to Iron Lady, and to again one of the organization Tajurba, which has supported me to grow to a 10x level. So
Right.
this principles I apply in my life, and I am
Wonderful.
expressing my gratitude to these two organizations.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I'm sure, very sure, Rajesh will also, get a chance to listen to this in a Soil
Hopefully.
Cup platform. We are promoting it, and then it's absolutely wonderful, wonderful. Through this
So happy.
platform, we are like, yeah.
I
Thank you
wish
so
the
much.
best to the Soil Cup platform also,
Yeah, definitely. And you would
and for your growth.
maybe we will keep it for the end, but we have just one or two more little questions for our viewers. So, what exactly are your future plans, Nilmani? I'm sure you have thought something, for the future, maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line, or what exactly is there in your mind, for your
So as
future?
a, it's not only mediation and arbitration. I would
Right,
love to support MSMEs, especially those who are women entrepreneurs. Why?
right,
Because in MSME contractual expertise, if that's not been taken care well, if you are not a compliant free, then at the end you end up in litigation. And I don't want to happen with any
yeah,
of the women entrepreneurs. So
right,
being a
right,
strong support system, I'm trying finding out a way to apply AI, bring AI, and through
mm,
this, no, how it can be more comfortable. How it
yes,
is not just today we are taking using ChatGPT, Gemini, and so many uh, tools are there with us, but a contract created by them, that's not going to give them a perfect solution and answer. It is just the what we say, no, it's a skeleton. But in
yes,
that
yes, yes. And
skeleton,
yeah, I
every
think they will
nuances
just give
have
you
to
little
be.
guidelines, probably a few guidelines it can give, and then further on you have to take it for
Yeah, so legal expertise are definitely required. Without a legal expert, you cannot go. And that legal expert, even reaching out to a lawyer and going to that is also again somewhere it's a harassment. So
right,
virtually, if you are offering them at their comfort and at reasonable cost, so I want to see that there should be a strong platform which will help them to use it comfortably, easily, and grow ahead in their journey without entering into any kind of a fear litigations or any penalties. These people,
right,
they should use this platform uh, as if there is no other choice, but that's
right.
how we see, right?
Recently, I read about your AI journey. I came across the AI journey in the LinkedIn. Yes.
That's why I
So
enrolled myself there.
yeah, exactly. So, what's your take on this? AI. And so we were just talking about, AI and its impact and how it has benefited you and the world. And how important is it for, everyone to be used to this AI tools, especially ChatGPT, and how much is it relevant in this world?
It is because all these transformation or technology software which are available in the market, if we don't apply, if we don't accept or adopt in our profession, in every profession, then
Right,
in the future you will be nowhere, because youngsters they are adopting it, youngsters they are getting knowledge and skills on that, and if you have to be there in the competition, you should apply, you should learn, and at least not to learn or not to work exactly on that, or don't waste spend your time in learning this, but understand how it's going to help you. And that's where I have enrolled myself, just to understand the basic things, how it's going to help me or not, is it going to help, because in a legal profession or in mediation or in a contract drafting expertise, AI's role is very limited. Your skills,
right,
your intelligence, your empathy everywhere. Now, when you negotiate, your empathy, that cannot be replaced by AI. That is must, and that is required. Because of that, people feel that when we speak, at least Nilmani with Nilmani, we just by speaking they get a sort of relief sense. They feel they are
right,
confident, they will
right.
get some resolution. It may get, it may not get. That's up to a part with both the parties. But initially, if you are building that trust, that is the empathy, and that's AI is not going to give. But
Mm, mm,
reaching out to such person till then, that journey,
mm.
filling out the form, reaching out and uh, putting up your issues or your concern or your dispute,
Right.
in such a manner, for that, if that repetitive action, if their AI is used and their pains or their time is saved and they feel that it is quite comfortable, then that is must. There you have to use AI. You have to
Mm,
use AI again in finding out whether this problem which is brought to you or this issue which is brought before you is it real or not. No, Some assessment
Mm,
can be done through AI. And what are the
absolutely.
outcomes? For that also, you can take support. You cannot rely on it completely, but take support so that no, for you to
Yes.
understand, for you to find out the best way for them, AI can help.
Probably it can be a time saving device, maybe 25-30% of your time can be saved. So instead of you applying your thought, for bringing out all the points, some basic things can be provided by the AI, and then later on you expand and then use your own knowledge and expertise, subject
Correct,
matter, whatever. Yeah,
correct,
right.
correct, correct.
Perfect.
Even drafting
Perfect.
in contract, you get the basic structure. You get the
Yes.
what is that agreement, and then in this you have to do lots of research. No, so for research, AI cannot. AI
Yeah.
can give you tips, but
Yeah.
it's not a perfect answer which is given
So
by
it can
ChatGPT.
show you the direction, but then you have to walk the path then.
Exactly.
Perfect.
We
Right.
have to definitely.
So one question I would like to ask before we go to the final one, do
Mhm.
introduce yourself, Nilmani, to our viewers today because most of them are not aware who Nilmani Gandhi is. A little bit about yourself, where you come from, your education, and what all degrees you have completed, and stuff like that, so that people will know your background, including
Yeah,
your hobbies. I
definitely.
want them to know a lawyer cannot do painting and cannot do gardening. So you can talk about that also.
I'm so happy that to share all this because when you are close to nature, no, you bring those mindset. No, you deeply feel that this is what is the outlook of a life. No, you listen, you hear chirping of the birds, and you hear their sounds. Even they give you energy. That can be your ritual. Walking into the garden can be your ritual to manage your energy. So nature, if you are close to nature, you are becoming more strong. That's what I have experienced. So, anyway, but who I am, let me tell you first. Though I'm Advocate Nilmani Gandhi, MSME contract expert, mediator, arbitrator, I have taken this training. Supreme Court MCPC had trained me in 2009 as a mediator. I did not stop because every time we have to upskill yourself. And I had taken training from ADR, ODR London, training from Singapore International Mediation Institution, and I'm continuously taking training through webinar, through podcast, and also that even though at this now I'll tell you, even though at this age you are stopping, you are a learner, right? So till the last breath of your life, if you are a learner, it help you to grow, and that's what is my passion. In a childhood I've come taken the become commerce graduation. After a commerce graduation, then I took by my choice, I entered into the law graduation. I took a
Right.
graduation. It's and then my husband's mentor who had said that legal profession is, even though it's a legal profession, but you are not a person who
Mm,
who enjoys this profession for a longer time. So I can see
mm, mm.
something in your eyes. You are an empathetic leader. So why don't you enroll yourself? Why don't you? I was about to enter or enroll myself for a master degree in law, but instead of that, he said that he had guided me that there are multiple avenues and opportunities that may come in the future. So you enroll
Right.
yourself for the mass communication. I also got convinced because what he said. I enrolled myself into the mass communication and I got a master degree in that instead of taking master degree in law. I have taken
Right.
mass communication. And this mass communication have taught me how to negotiate. It had
Wow.
I had got the opportunity to explore my empathy over there and increase my integrity towards the litigants and how to have a stronger communication with judges, with the co-colleagues, with their seniors and youngsters. And thus, I have seen that it had transformed me a lot. Mass
Right.
communication had trained me to keep silence, how you lead your journey peacefully with full of calmness and all,
Mm,
instead of
mm,
getting
mm.
remaining unimpacted. That's what is being learned over there through
Right.
in this. And that had given me a leverage to become a mediator. Because of this degree, Supreme Court and High Court had picked me up and selected me to be a first lady mediator from Maharashtra. So what my mentor had said, that was completely true. And that's what is very close to my passion too.
Mm. I think you are one of
By
those lucky people who identified, that passion and worked on it. And till the end, you were like consistent with that passion, very good. Excellent.
So you need mentor, right, in your life.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So whoever who is to come, even today also I've got a small garden. I take people
Yeah.
around that garden. I show that, oh, this flower is so nice. And the way I speak with them now about the information about that flower, its growth, I relate it to the growth of human being as well. Growth of a disputing party into the how they are converting into a peaceful life. No? So everywhere, even though I paint a flower, I love to do painting about the sceneries, landscapes, and flower. So all those today, when my daughter's marriage was there in last week, I had gifted my own painting to them. Again,
Okay.
I find time. This is what is again another
Wonderful.
ritual
Yeah,
to
yeah.
maximize. That
Wonderful.
gives you
Wonderful.
peace. It truly
Wonderful.
gives you peace.
You're very inspiring. And today, I think I'm very fortunate that, I got a chance and I got an opportunity to meet you, to interview you, Nilmani. Thank you so
I
much.
am
I think I'm
happy.
very lucky. I'm very lucky. So many students were there in Iron Lady, but I get to interview you. Thank you so much. With that, I would like to close today's podcast. And I
Thank you
would,
so much.
before we say goodbye, that maybe you could just say a few words to Soil Cup for promoting this podcast. You
Yeah,
know,
I
yeah,
love the way you have taken my interview. It is not that the way I am. I just want to see this is what is my passion. I want to inspire many other women because even though you fall down, you have to rise up very strongly and powerfully. Multiple times it had happened in my life, and that's
right,
how this Soil Cup is taking such an activity, making
right,
others more powerful, more strong, and
right.
inspiring others through these interviews. So I wish Soil Cup a best not only today, but Soil Cup should reach the top as one of the
Thank
top
you so much.
platform wherein you are guiding entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs especially.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nilmani. Thank you.
You
It's a
are quite
pleasure
inspiring.
today. Yeah, thank you so much. And I really hope to meet you very soon in any of the platform, but definitely we will connect. Thank
Surely.
you. Have a nice
Good
evening.
luck.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.